The first rays of morning sunlight spill gently across the hills of Jerusalem, bathing its honey-colored stone walls in a warm, golden glow. Long before the streets awaken, this remarkable city already feels alive. Every breeze carries echoes of ancient civilizations. Every narrow alley whispers stories that have shaped the course of human history. Few places on earth possess the extraordinary ability to unite the past and the present, quite like Jerusalem, a city where every sunrise illuminates thousands of years of faith, resilience, culture, and discovery. From above, the city appears timeless. Golden domes shimmer beneath the endless blue sky, while ancient walls embrace neighborhoods that have witnessed empires rise and disappear. The sound of distant church bells blends with the gentle call to prayer, creating a harmony unlike anywhere else in the world. Here, different traditions have shared the same horizon for centuries, transforming Jerusalem into one of humanity's most fascinating destinations. Stepping through the historic gates of the old city feels less like entering a place and more like crossing into another age. Massive limestone walls stand as silent guardians, protecting a maze of winding streets polished smooth by countless generations of travelers, pilgrims, merchants, and explorers. Every corner reveals another hidden courtyard, another weathered doorway, another story waiting patiently to be discovered. As sunlight filters through the narrow passages, local markets slowly awaken. Shopkeepers arrange colorful spices into brilliant displays of crimson, saffron, emerald, and gold. Fresh bread emerges from traditional ovens, filling the air with a comforting aroma that has welcomed visitors for centuries. Handmade ceramics, embroidered fabrics, olive wood carvings, and shimmering lanterns transform the ancient streets into an open-air gallery where craftsmanship continues to thrive. Jerusalem's remarkable character lies not only in its monuments, but also in its people. Residents from many different backgrounds move through these streets each day, preserving traditions while embracing modern life. Conversations flow in multiple languages, each adding another layer to the city's vibrant identity. Every smile, every shared meal, and every local tradition contributes to the living story that continues to unfold within these ancient walls. At the heart of the city stands one of the world's most recognizable sacred places, the Western Wall. Massive limestone blocks rise toward the sky, carrying centuries of hope, remembrance, and prayer. Visitors approach quietly, placing handwritten notes between the ancient stones, while others simply pause to reflect. Regardless of belief, the atmosphere inspires a profound sense of respect. It is a place where history feels deeply personal, reminding every visitor that faith has the power to connect generations across time. Only a short walk away, magnificent churches preserve some of Christianity's most treasured landmarks. Candlelight flickers softly against ancient stone, while centuries-old mosaics glow beneath towering domes. Pilgrims from every corner of the world gather here, following paths that have welcomed believers for nearly 2,000 years. The peaceful silence inside these sacred spaces creates a striking contrast to the lively streets just beyond their doors. Rising above the eastern skyline, the Mount of Olives offers one of Jerusalem's most breathtaking panoramic views. From this elevated ridge, the entire city unfolds like a masterpiece. Golden domes reflect the afternoon sunlight, while rooftops stretch toward the horizon in every direction. Cypress trees sway gently beside ancient pathways, and the changing light transforms the landscape hour after hour. Few viewpoints capture the spirit of Jerusalem as completely as this remarkable hillside. As afternoon fades, the city's neighborhoods reveal yet another side of their personality. Hidden cafes fill with conversation as the rich aroma of freshly brewed coffee drifts through quiet streets. Contemporary art galleries occupy beautifully restored historic buildings where creativity flourishes alongside centuries of tradition. Young musicians perform beneath stone archways, while local families gather in shaded squares, creating moments that feel both timeless and wonderfully alive. One of Jerusalem's most energetic destinations is Mahane Yehuda Market, where tradition meets innovation in spectacular fashion. Vendors proudly display baskets overflowing with figs, pomegranates, olives, fragrant herbs, and freshly baked pastries. Every aisle bursts with color, texture, and irresistible aromas. During the day, it serves as the city's vibrant marketplace. By evening, it transforms into a lively gathering place filled with music, restaurants, and the unmistakable energy of modern Jerusalem. Beyond the famous landmarks, countless hidden treasures reward curious travelers. Quiet courtyards bloom with flowers behind unassuming stone doors. Ancient staircases lead toward rooftop terraces where sweeping views reveal unexpected perspectives of the city below. Small artisan workshops continue traditions passed from one generation to the next, preserving skills that have endured for centuries. As sunset approaches, Jerusalem begins its most breathtaking transformation. Warm golden light slowly deepens into shades of amber, orange, and crimson. The limestone buildings seem to glow from within, earning Jerusalem its timeless reputation as the Golden City. Shadows stretch across historic plazas, while the evening sky reflects softly above the ancient rooftops. When darkness finally settles, the city reveals an entirely different kind of beauty. Historic monuments illuminate against the night sky, their elegant architecture standing in quiet contrast to the countless stars above. Gentle music drifts through peaceful streets, while illuminated alleyways invite evening strolls beneath centuries-old arches. The city becomes calmer, more reflective, offering visitors an opportunity to absorb its remarkable atmosphere without distraction. Jerusalem is far more than a destination marked on a map. It is a place where every stone carries memory, every street invites discovery, and every horizon tells another chapter in humanity's extraordinary story. Here, history is not confined to museums or books. It lives in the architecture, the traditions, the voices of its people, and the enduring spirit that continues to welcome travelers from around the world. For those who wander through its ancient gates with open hearts and curious minds, Jerusalem offers something truly unforgettable. It reminds us that beauty is not measured only by landscapes or monuments, but by the stories that connect people across generations. Standing between past and future, faith and culture, silence and celebration, Jerusalem remains one of the world's most captivating places, a timeless city whose extraordinary spirit continues to inspire every traveler fortunate enough to experience its wonder. The road gradually descends through the rugged wilderness of the Judean desert, where the mountains seem to melt into endless cliffs of limestone and sandstone. With every passing kilometer, the air grows warmer, the landscape becomes more surreal, and the horizon opens into one of the most extraordinary natural wonders on Earth. Hidden between Israel and Jordan lies a place unlike anywhere else, where nature has rewritten the rules of water, gravity, and time itself. Welcome to the Dead Sea, a destination where silence carries its own voice, and every shimmering ripple tells a story millions of years in the making. From the first glimpse, the Dead Sea appears almost unreal. Its crystal-clear surface stretches toward distant mountains like a giant mirror reflecting the endless desert sky. Unlike ordinary lakes or oceans, these waters remain astonishingly calm, disturbed only by the occasional breeze that sends delicate patterns dancing across the surface. Under the brilliant Middle Eastern sun, countless salt crystals sparkle along the shoreline like scattered diamonds, transforming the coastline into an otherworldly landscape. Standing on the shore, it's difficult to imagine that this tranquil body of water rests more than 400 meters below sea level, making it the lowest exposed place on our planet. Every step toward the water feels like descending into another world, one shaped by geology over millions of years. Here, the Jordan River completes its long journey before reaching a destination with no outlet to the sea. Under the relentless desert sun, the water slowly evaporates, leaving behind extraordinary concentrations of minerals that have made the Dead Sea famous across civilizations. As travelers gently enter the water, something remarkable happens. Instead of sinking beneath the surface, the dense, mineral-rich water effortlessly lifts the human body. Floating here feels almost impossible to explain until you experience it yourself. There is no struggle to stay above the surface, only a strange sensation of weightlessness, as though the earth itself has chosen to cradle every visitor. Many simply lie back in complete amazement, watching clouds drift overhead while the surrounding mountains stand motionless in silent observation. The shoreline reveals another remarkable treasure. Thick black mineral mud, enriched over thousands of years by nature, has become one of the region's most celebrated gifts. Visitors cover their skin with the silky mud, allowing its unique minerals to create a tradition that has attracted travelers for centuries. Long before modern wellness resorts appeared, kings, queens, and ancient civilizations believed these minerals possessed extraordinary healing qualities. Today, that timeless ritual continues, connecting modern visitors with practices that have survived for thousands of years. Yet the Dead Sea offers far more than its famous waters. Surrounding the shoreline, dramatic cliffs rise from the desert floor, their layered rock formations revealing Earth's ancient history like pages in a geological masterpiece. As sunlight shifts throughout the day, these towering walls constantly change color, glowing with shades of honey, copper, crimson, and deep gold. Every hour presents an entirely different landscape, making photographers and nature lovers return again and again in search of perfect light. Only a short distance away, life unexpectedly flourishes in one of Israel's most beautiful natural sanctuaries. Ein Gedi Nature Reserve appears like a miracle against the barren desert. Freshwater springs flow through narrow canyons, feeding waterfalls that tumble into emerald pools surrounded by palms and lush vegetation. Nubian ibex gracefully navigate impossible cliffs while colorful birds soar above hidden valleys. In this remarkable oasis, the harshness of the desert gives way to surprising abundance, proving that even the driest landscapes can nurture extraordinary life. High above the shoreline, another legendary landmark dominates the horizon. The ancient fortress of Masada rises dramatically from an isolated plateau, overlooking the entire region with breathtaking authority. From the beaches below, its towering cliffs create one of the most iconic views in Israel. Together, Masada and the Dead Sea form a landscape where history and nature exist in perfect harmony, each enhancing the beauty of the other. As afternoon sunlight softens, the water becomes increasingly reflective, transforming into an endless sheet of polished glass. Mountains on both the Israeli and Jordanian sides seem to float upon the horizon, while delicate salt formations create fascinating natural sculptures along the shore. Some resemble frozen waves, others resemble giant crystals carefully carved by invisible hands. Every visit reveals new shapes created by the slow, patient work of nature. Despite its timeless beauty, the Dead Sea faces significant environmental challenges. Over recent decades, its shoreline has steadily retreated as water flowing from the Jordan River has decreased. Vast stretches of former coastline now lie dry beneath the desert sun, while sinkholes unexpectedly appear across the landscape. Scientists, conservationists, and local communities continue searching for sustainable solutions to protect one of Earth's most remarkable natural treasures for future generations. As evening approaches, an entirely different atmosphere settles across the region. The intense heat of the day slowly fades, replaced by gentle desert breezes carrying the scent of salt and mineral-rich earth. The sky transforms into a masterpiece of orange, pink, violet, and deep blue, each reflection perfectly mirrored across the motionless water. For a few unforgettable moments, the boundary between sky and sea completely disappears. Then comes night. Far from crowded cities and bright lights, darkness unveils one of the clearest night skies in the Middle East. Thousands of stars emerge above the silent desert, while the calm waters below reflect their distant brilliance. The only sounds are gentle ripples touching the crystalline shoreline and the whisper of wind moving through ancient cliffs. Time itself seems to slow, inviting visitors to simply breathe, reflect, and appreciate the extraordinary stillness surrounding them. The Dead Sea is more than a destination famous for floating. It is a place where geology, history, wellness, and natural beauty converge into an experience unlike any other on Earth. Every grain of salt, every mineral spring, every towering cliff, and every shimmering reflection tells a story spanning millions of years. Those who arrive expecting only an unusual lake often leave with something far more valuable. They discover a landscape that encourages reflection, inspires wonder, and reminds us how extraordinary our planet truly is. Between endless desert horizons and impossibly tranquil waters, the Dead Sea offers not simply a place to visit, but a moment to reconnect with nature's quiet grandeur. Long after the journey continues beyond its shores, memories of floating beneath endless skies, watching golden light dance across crystalline waters, and standing in complete silence at the lowest place on Earth remain unforgettable. In the heart of Israel's dramatic wilderness, the Dead Sea continues to captivate every traveler fortunate enough to witness its timeless magic, proving that some of the world's greatest wonders reveal themselves not through noise or spectacle, but through perfect stillness. Long before the first light touches the Judean desert, an immense plateau rises from the darkness like a silent guardian watching over the wilderness. Standing high above the shimmering waters of the Dead Sea, Masada appears almost mythical, its towering cliffs emerging from the desert floor with a presence that commands both admiration and respect. From a distance, it seems untouched by time, a solitary mountain fortress surrounded by endless horizons where wind, stone, and history have remained inseparable for more than 2,000 years. As dawn slowly paints the eastern sky with soft shades of amber and gold, the fortress awakens beneath the morning light. Shadows retreat from the ancient walls, while the desert below begins to glow with warm colors stretching far beyond the eye can see. Few places on Earth offer such an extraordinary combination of breathtaking scenery and unforgettable history. Every sunrise over Masada feels like the opening chapter of a story that has never truly ended. Reaching the summit is an adventure in itself. Some travelers choose the modern cable car that gently rises above the rugged cliffs, revealing spectacular panoramic views with every passing moment. Others embrace the challenge of the legendary Snake Path, a narrow trail winding through steep desert slopes just as countless visitors have done for generations. Every step upward reveals another breathtaking perspective of the Judean desert, where rugged mountains meet endless skies and the shimmering Dead Sea reflects the first light of morning. Standing atop the plateau, it becomes immediately clear why this isolated mountain was chosen as one of history's most remarkable strongholds. The summit stretches across a surprisingly vast landscape, surrounded on every side by dramatic cliffs that plunge hundreds of meters toward the desert below. From here, the silence feels almost sacred. Only the gentle desert wind moves freely across the ancient stones, carrying echoes of civilizations that once called this extraordinary place home. Masada's remarkable story begins with one of history's most ambitious rulers, King Herod the Great. During the 1st century before the Common Era, Herod transformed this remote mountaintop into a magnificent royal refuge unlike anything the ancient world had ever seen. Hidden within the harsh desert environment, he created luxurious palaces, elaborate bathhouses, immense storage chambers, sophisticated water systems, and defensive walls designed to withstand almost any threat. Even today, the remains of Herod's northern palace continue to astonish archaeologists and visitors alike. Built dramatically into the cliffside across 3 descending terraces, the palace seems to float above the desert landscape. Elegant columns once supported grand halls where royalty overlooked endless panoramic views stretching toward the Dead Sea and distant mountains beyond. Colorful frescoes decorated walls, while intricate mosaics reflected the wealth and artistic brilliance of the Roman world. Yet perhaps the greatest engineering achievement lies beneath the surface. Massive cisterns carved directly into the mountainside collected precious rainwater carried through an ingenious network of channels. In one of the driest environments on Earth, this remarkable system allowed thousands of people to survive for extended periods. It remains a powerful reminder that human creativity has always found ways to overcome even nature's greatest challenges. Walking through the ancient ruins today feels like stepping into another age. Stone pathways connect ceremonial halls, storerooms, military barracks, workshops, and places of worship. Archaeologists have uncovered pottery, tools, ancient scroll fragments, coins, and everyday objects that reveal surprisingly intimate details about life on this isolated mountain. Every discovery adds another chapter to Masada's extraordinary legacy. But Masada is remembered for far more than architectural brilliance. Decades after Herod's death, the fortress became the final refuge for nearly 1,000 Jewish men, women, and children seeking freedom during the First Jewish Revolt against the Roman Empire. Surrounded by one of the most powerful armies in history, they faced overwhelming odds upon this isolated summit. Even today, traces of that dramatic siege remain clearly visible across the surrounding desert. Roman camps still form nearly perfect geometric outlines at the mountain's base, while an enormous stone siege ramp continues climbing toward the fortress walls. Constructed almost entirely by hand, this incredible engineering project allowed Roman forces to breach what had once seemed an impenetrable stronghold. Few archaeological sites anywhere in the world preserve an ancient battlefield with such remarkable clarity. The events that followed have echoed through history for nearly 2,000 years. Rather than surrendering their freedom, the defenders of Masada made a decision that transformed the fortress into an enduring symbol of courage, sacrifice, and resilience. Whether viewed through history, archaeology, or cultural memory, Masada continues to inspire deep reflection about the human spirit when confronted with impossible choices. Yet despite its powerful history, Masada is equally remarkable for its extraordinary natural surroundings. The plateau overlooks one of the most dramatic landscapes in the Middle East. To the east, the brilliant waters of the Dead Sea shimmer beneath the desert sun. To the west, endless waves of limestone mountains stretch across the Judean wilderness, constantly changing color as daylight moves across their rugged surfaces. Throughout the year, the fortress offers a different personality. Spring brings delicate wildflowers that briefly soften the desert landscape with unexpected bursts of color. Summer fills the plateau with brilliant sunlight beneath cloudless skies. Autumn introduces cooler temperatures and crystal-clear visibility, while winter occasionally blankets distant mountain peaks with rare clouds drifting across the horizon. Sunrise remains the most unforgettable experience. Long before dawn, hikers quietly climb the snake path beneath star-filled skies. As the first rays of sunlight appear above the Jordanian mountains, golden light slowly spills across the Dead Sea before climbing the cliffs of Masada itself. Ancient walls begin to glow, shadows stretch across forgotten courtyards, and the entire desert awakens in breathtaking silence. It is a moment that transforms history into something deeply personal. As evening approaches, another kind of beauty emerges. Warm orange light bathes the fortress, while cool desert winds replace the intense heat of the afternoon. The sky gradually fills with shades of crimson, violet, and deep blue, creating an unforgettable backdrop for one of the world's most extraordinary archaeological treasures. Today, Masada stands proudly as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, welcoming historians, adventurers, photographers, and travelers from every corner of the globe. Some arrive seeking ancient history. Others come for spectacular landscapes. Many simply wish to witness one of humanity's most remarkable places with their own eyes. Regardless of the reason, few leave unchanged. Masada is far more than an ancient fortress rising above the Judean desert. It is a place where architecture meets wilderness, where history meets breathtaking beauty, and where silence carries stories more powerful than words. Every weathered stone, every panoramic view, and every whisper of desert wind reminds visitors that true greatness is not measured only by monuments, but by the enduring spirit that lives within them. Long after the journey continues beyond its towering cliffs, Masada remains unforgettable. It stands as a timeless monument to resilience, vision, and hope, watching patiently over the endless desert, just as it has for more than 2,000 years, inspiring every traveler fortunate enough to stand upon its ancient summit and witness the extraordinary beauty of Israel from one of its most iconic heights. The farther south the journey leads, the more the landscape begins to transform. Green hills gradually surrender to endless horizons of stone and sand, while the rhythm of modern cities fades into an overwhelming silence that has shaped this land for millions of years. Here, beneath an immense sky where sunlight seems brighter and the air carries the warmth of ancient earth, unfolds one of Israel's greatest natural treasures. The Negev Desert is far more than an empty wilderness. It is a living landscape where geology, history, wildlife, and human resilience have existed together for thousands of years, creating a destination unlike anywhere else on Earth. Covering more than half of Israel's landmass, the Negev stretches across a breathtaking mosaic of towering cliffs, rolling dunes, dramatic canyons, and vast open plains. At first glance, the desert may appear quiet and unchanging, yet every mile reveals another layer of remarkable beauty. Colors constantly shift beneath the changing sunlight. Golden sandstone becomes deep crimson by afternoon. Limestone glows with silver tones beneath the moon. Even the smallest rock seems to carry the memory of countless centuries shaped by wind, water, and time itself. The heart of this extraordinary wilderness is Maktesh Ramon, better known as Ramon Crater, one of the rarest geological formations on our planet. Unlike volcanic craters or meteor impact sites, this immense basin was sculpted naturally through millions of years of erosion, making it the largest erosion crater anywhere on Earth. Stretching nearly 40 kilometers across the desert, it resembles a giant masterpiece carved patiently by nature itself. Standing along the crater's rim, the view is almost impossible to comprehend. Jagged cliffs descend toward an endless valley painted with extraordinary layers of sandstone, limestone, volcanic rock, and ancient fossils. Every color imaginable appears across the landscape. Shades of copper, ochre, ivory, charcoal, burgundy, and amber blend together beneath the brilliant desert sun, creating scenery that feels more like another planet than our own. The small desert town of Mitzpe Ramon overlooks this magnificent geological wonder like a peaceful balcony above the earth. Life here moves at a slower rhythm, allowing visitors to fully appreciate the silence that defines the Negev. Artists, photographers, astronomers, and adventurers are drawn to this remarkable community, inspired by landscapes that constantly change with every passing hour. Cafes overlook the crater, while local galleries celebrate the beauty and culture of Israel's southern wilderness. Descending into Ramon Crater reveals an entirely different world. Massive stone walls surround ancient valleys where every trail uncovers another geological surprise. Strange mineral formations rise from the desert floor like sculptures crafted by invisible hands. Fossils of prehistoric sea creatures remain preserved within exposed rock layers, reminding visitors that this dry wilderness once rested beneath an ancient ocean millions of years ago. Adventure thrives throughout the crater. Hiking trails weave between towering cliffs, hidden canyons, and colorful rock formations where every turn presents another unforgettable panorama. Mountain bikers follow winding desert paths across silent valleys, while guided jeep expeditions venture deep into remote areas rarely seen by ordinary travelers. Every route reveals landscapes untouched by modern development, preserving the raw beauty that has defined the Negev since prehistoric times. Despite its harsh appearance, the desert is remarkably alive. Nubian ibex leap effortlessly across steep cliffs with astonishing balance. Desert foxes quietly emerge during cooler hours, leaving delicate footprints across the soft sand. Birds of prey soar gracefully above deep valleys, using rising warm air currents to glide effortlessly across endless skies. Even the smallest desert plants display extraordinary resilience, blooming briefly after seasonal rains before once again blending into the surrounding wilderness. Throughout history, the Negev has served as far more than an isolated desert. Ancient trade routes once crossed these valleys, connecting Arabia with the Mediterranean world. Caravans carrying spices, incense, precious stones, and silk traveled through this challenging landscape for centuries. Their journeys transformed the desert into one of history's most important commercial corridors, where cultures exchanged not only goods, but also knowledge, traditions, and ideas. Scattered across the Negev remain the remarkable ruins of ancient Nabatean cities, silent reminders of civilizations that mastered life in one of the world's harshest environments. Among them, Avdat stands proudly upon a rocky plateau overlooking the surrounding desert. Weathered stone streets, temples, homes, wine presses, and defensive walls reveal how thriving communities once flourished here by developing ingenious systems for collecting rainwater and cultivating crops despite the challenging climate. Nearby, Sde Boker tells another important chapter in Israel's modern history. It was here that David Ben-Gurion, Israel's first prime minister, chose to spend his later years. He believed the future of the nation depended upon transforming the desert into a place of opportunity, innovation, and sustainable development. Today, his vision continues through world-renowned research centers, exploring advanced agriculture, renewable energy, and water conservation technologies that inspire communities across the globe. The Negev also preserves the rich traditions of the Bedouin people, whose connection to the desert extends back countless generations. Their deep understanding of the landscape reflects centuries of experience living in harmony with nature's demanding conditions. Visitors welcomed into Bedouin camps often experience genuine hospitality through freshly prepared meals, aromatic tea, traditional music, and fascinating stories shared beneath endless desert skies. These encounters reveal a culture built upon generosity, resilience, and profound respect for the land. As daylight begins to fade, the Negev undergoes one of its most extraordinary transformations. The fierce sunlight softens into warm shades of gold, orange, and crimson. Long shadows stretch across rocky valleys, while towering cliffs glow with breathtaking intensity. Every moment seems carefully painted by nature itself, creating one of the most spectacular sunset landscapes anywhere in the Middle East. Then night arrives, revealing perhaps the desert's greatest masterpiece. Far removed from city lights, the Negev becomes one of Israel's finest locations for observing the stars. Thousands upon thousands of brilliant points of light appear across the sky with astonishing clarity. The Milky Way stretches from horizon to horizon, while distant planets and constellations shine above the silent wilderness, just as they guided ancient travelers thousands of years ago. Standing beneath this magnificent celestial display, surrounded only by wind, stone, and endless horizons, it becomes easy to understand why deserts have inspired explorers, prophets, artists, and dreamers throughout human history. The silence here is not empty. It carries wisdom accumulated over millions of years, inviting every visitor to slow down, breathe deeply, and reconnect with the timeless rhythms of the natural world. The Negev Desert is far more than a landscape of sand and rock. It is a place where Earth's geological history unfolds in breathtaking detail, where ancient civilizations continue to whisper through forgotten ruins, where wildlife thrives against remarkable odds, and where modern innovation exists alongside traditions preserved for generations. Every sunrise, every canyon, every desert flower, and every star-filled night tells another chapter in this extraordinary story. As the journey continues beyond its endless horizons, the Negev leaves something unforgettable within every traveler. Not simply memories of spectacular scenery, but a deeper appreciation for nature's quiet strength and humanity's enduring ability to adapt, explore, and thrive even in the most challenging environments. In this remarkable corner of Israel, silence becomes adventure. The desert becomes a masterpiece, and every step reveals another wonder waiting patiently beneath the endless sky. Far beyond the bustling cities and fertile valleys of Israel, where the Negev Desert stretches toward the distant mountains of the Arava Valley, lies a landscape that seems to belong to another world. Here, towering sandstone cliffs glow beneath an endless blue sky. Ancient rock formations rise like forgotten monuments, and every grain of sand carries the memory of civilizations that flourished thousands of years ago. This is Timna Park, a place where nature has spent millions of years sculpting masterpieces, while history has quietly carved its own remarkable legacy into the desert floor. As the morning sun rises over the eastern horizon, the colors of Timna begin to awaken. Crimson cliffs slowly transform into brilliant shades of orange, gold, and deep copper, while long shadows stretch across valleys shaped by countless ages of wind and erosion. Unlike many deserts that appear endless and uniform, Timna reveals an extraordinary diversity of landscapes. Jagged mountains stand beside smooth sandstone walls, narrow canyons twist through ancient rock, and wide-open plains invite travelers to venture deeper into one of Israel's most fascinating natural wonders. Covering nearly 60 square kilometers, Timna Park is an open-air museum created not by human hands alone, but by the combined forces of geology and time. Every cliff tells a story millions of years old. Every valley reveals another chapter in Earth's remarkable evolution. Layers of sandstone, granite, limestone, and volcanic rock create a breathtaking tapestry of colors that changes continuously as sunlight moves across the landscape. Among Timna's most iconic landmarks stand Solomon's Pillars, enormous sandstone columns rising dramatically from the desert floor. Their towering forms appear almost architectural, yet they are entirely natural, sculpted over millions of years by wind, rain, and shifting temperatures. Standing beneath these majestic formations, visitors often feel wonderfully small in the presence of nature's patient craftsmanship. The immense pillars seem almost alive, glowing with fiery shades of red and orange during sunrise before softening into warm amber beneath the afternoon light. Nestled beside these remarkable formations lies an ancient sanctuary dedicated to Hathor, the Egyptian goddess associated with mining and protection. More than 3,000 years ago, Egyptian workers and priests traveled into this harsh wilderness, leaving behind carvings, inscriptions, and sacred spaces that continue to reveal remarkable insights into one of history's earliest industrial civilizations. The temple remains a quiet reminder that Timna has long been far more than an isolated desert. It was once a thriving center of innovation, trade, and spiritual life. For thousands of years, copper shaped the destiny of this extraordinary valley. Long before modern technology transformed the world, Timna was already recognized as one of the most important sources of copper in the ancient Near East. Early miners carved narrow tunnels deep into the surrounding cliffs using simple stone tools, extracting valuable ore that would eventually become weapons, tools, jewelry, and ceremonial objects. Their remarkable achievements demonstrate an extraordinary understanding of engineering, metallurgy, and survival within one of the region's most demanding environments. Today, many of those ancient mine shafts remain visible throughout the park. Walking among them feels like stepping directly into humanity's earliest technological revolution. Archaeologists continue uncovering furnaces, workshops, slag heaps, and mining equipment that reveal how remarkably advanced these early communities truly were. Every discovery enriches our understanding of civilizations that transformed raw stone into the foundations of progress. Yet Timna is not only a destination for history lovers. It is equally a paradise for adventurers seeking unforgettable landscapes. Scenic hiking trails weave through narrow canyons where towering rock walls create dramatic corridors of light and shadow. Every turn reveals another breathtaking formation shaped entirely by natural forces. The famous Mushroom Rock, balanced delicately upon its narrow base, appears almost impossible, standing as one of the park's most photographed geological masterpieces. Nearby, graceful sandstone arches frame the endless desert sky, offering spectacular viewpoints across valleys painted with rich desert colors. Some formations resemble giant sculptures carefully carved by master artists, while others appear almost abstract, inviting every visitor to discover different shapes within the weathered stone. Throughout Timna, Imagination becomes part of the journey as nature's artwork reveals new details with every passing moment. Unexpectedly, a brilliant turquoise lake appears at the heart of this desert wilderness. Timna Lake creates a stunning contrast against the surrounding red cliffs, offering a peaceful oasis where families, photographers, and travelers pause to appreciate the remarkable harmony between water and stone. Gentle breezes ripple across its calm surface, while reflections of nearby mountains shimmer beneath the bright desert sun. It is a place where stillness invites quiet contemplation amid one of Israel's most dramatic landscapes. Despite the desert's challenging climate, life flourishes here in remarkable ways. Hardy acacia trees extend their branches toward the sky, providing precious shade for wildlife and travelers alike. Desert birds glide gracefully between rocky cliffs, while ibex carefully navigate steep mountain slopes with astonishing confidence. During the cooler months, seasonal wildflowers briefly transform parts of the valley into colorful carpets, proving that even the harshest environments possess extraordinary moments of beauty. As afternoon slowly gives way to evening, Timna undergoes one of its most magical transformations. The low desert sun ignites every cliff with intense shades of crimson, copper, and glowing gold. Shadows stretch dramatically across the valleys, while the surrounding mountains appear almost illuminated from within. Photographers often describe this brief period as the golden hour, but in Timna it feels more like an entire landscape catching fire beneath the evening sky. When darkness finally settles across the desert, another breathtaking spectacle begins. Free from the glow of distant cities, Timna becomes an extraordinary destination for stargazing. Thousands of brilliant stars fill the heavens, while the Milky Way stretches clearly from horizon to horizon. Ancient travelers once navigated these very valleys by reading the night sky, and standing beneath the same constellations creates a powerful connection between past and present. Modern visitors often gather around traditional Bedouin camps where warm hospitality continues to thrive. Freshly brewed tea fills the cool evening air, while stories of the desert are shared beneath countless stars. These timeless traditions remind every traveler that the true spirit of Timna extends beyond its landscapes. It lives within the people who have understood and respected this remarkable wilderness for generations. Throughout the year, Timna also hosts cultural events, music performances, and outdoor festivals that blend ancient surroundings with contemporary creativity. Carefully designed lighting transforms towering cliffs into glowing natural stages, while concerts echo gently through valleys that have witnessed thousands of years of human history. It is a beautiful reminder that Timna remains a living destination, constantly evolving while preserving the extraordinary heritage that defines it. Timna Park is far more than a geological wonder or an archaeological treasure. It is a place where Earth's oldest stories meet humanity's earliest achievements, where silence reveals forgotten civilizations, and where every landscape inspires curiosity and awe. Each towering pillar, ancient mine, colorful canyon, and star-filled night adds another unforgettable chapter to Israel's extraordinary natural heritage. As the journey continues beyond the glowing cliffs of Timna, the memories remain vivid. The warmth of copper-colored mountains, the quiet mystery of ancient temples, the endless beauty of sculpted sandstone, and the timeless stillness of the desert become part of every traveler's story. In this remarkable corner of southern Israel, nature and history exist side by side, creating an unforgettable destination where every step uncovers another wonder waiting patiently beneath the endless desert sky. Morning arrives gently across northern Israel. A thin veil of mist drifts above calm waters, while the first rays of sunlight paint the surrounding hills with delicate shades of gold. The air is fresh. The breeze carries the scent of wildflowers and olive trees, and somewhere in the distance, the rhythmic sound of fishing boats breaking the still surface reminds visitors that life has followed the same peaceful rhythm here for thousands of years. This is the Sea of Galilee, a place where extraordinary beauty meets timeless history, where nature and spirituality exist in perfect harmony, and where every sunrise feels like the beginning of a story waiting to be told. Nestled nearly 200 meters below sea level, the Sea of Galilee, also known as Lake Kinneret, is Israel's largest freshwater lake and one of its most treasured natural landscapes. Though modest in size compared to the world's Great Lakes, its significance reaches far beyond geography. Surrounded by rolling hills, fertile valleys, ancient villages, and distant mountain ranges, it has inspired travelers, pilgrims, poets, and explorers for centuries. Here, every shoreline carries memories, and every gentle wave reflects countless generations of human history. As daylight spreads across the lake, its surface becomes a flawless mirror, capturing the changing colors of the sky with breathtaking clarity. Soft blues gradually blend into brilliant turquoise, while distant mountains shimmer in the morning light. The peaceful atmosphere invites quiet reflection, and it is easy to understand why so many visitors describe this place as one of the most calming destinations in the Middle East. Life along the shores begins early. Local fishermen prepare their boats just as their ancestors once did centuries ago. Nets are carefully cast into the calm waters, while graceful birds circle overhead in search of breakfast. Herons stand motionless among the reeds. Kingfishers flash across the shoreline in brilliant shades of blue, and flocks of migratory birds pause here during their remarkable journeys between continents. The Sea of Galilee is not only rich in history, but also serves as an important sanctuary for wildlife throughout the year. The surrounding landscape is equally captivating. Gentle hills covered with olive groves, vineyards, and citrus orchards descend gracefully toward the water's edge, creating a patchwork of vibrant greens against the deep blue lake. In spring, colorful wildflowers blanket the hillsides, transforming the region into a spectacular display of nature's finest colors. During summer, golden sunlight reflects endlessly across the water, while autumn introduces cooler breezes and remarkably clear skies. Even winter carries its own quiet beauty, as mist rises from the lake beneath softly clouded horizons. Among the most remarkable places surrounding the lake is Capernaum, an ancient fishing village that continues to captivate visitors from around the world. Walking among its archaeological remains reveals beautifully preserved stone streets, ancient homes, and the impressive ruins of a historic synagogue. These silent stones have witnessed centuries of change, preserving the remarkable story of one of the region's most significant settlements, while offering an unforgettable glimpse into everyday life during ancient times. Not far from Capernaum rises the peaceful Mount of Beatitudes, overlooking the shimmering waters below. Beautiful gardens, graceful pathways, and carefully tended trees create an atmosphere of remarkable tranquility. Whether visitors arrive seeking spiritual reflection or simply wishing to admire the panoramic views, the hillside offers one of the most breathtaking perspectives across the entire Galilee region. Gentle breezes sweep through flowering gardens, while the endless lake stretches toward distant mountains beneath an ever-changing sky. On the western shoreline lies the historic city of Tiberias, where ancient heritage and modern life blend effortlessly together. Founded nearly 2,000 years ago, the city remains one of Israel's most vibrant lakeside destinations. Strolling along its waterfront promenade reveals lively cafes, family-owned restaurants, bustling markets, and elegant marinas where colorful boats gently sway upon the calm water. Visitors gather here to enjoy fresh local cuisine while watching unforgettable sunsets reflect across the peaceful lake. One of the Sea of Galilee's greatest treasures is its remarkable biodiversity. The lake supports numerous species of fish that have sustained local communities for generations. Tilapia, often affectionately called St. Peter's fish, remains one of the region's most famous culinary specialties. Local chefs prepare it using fresh herbs, olive oil, and citrus grown in nearby orchards, creating simple yet unforgettable flavors that perfectly reflect the surrounding landscape. Adventure also finds a natural home here. Scenic hiking trails climb surrounding hills, rewarding travelers with spectacular panoramic views over the lake and the fertile valleys beyond. Cyclists follow peaceful roads winding through vineyards and orchards, while kayakers and paddleboarders quietly explore hidden coves where the only sounds are gentle ripples and birdsong. Boat excursions glide across the calm water, offering visitors an entirely different perspective of the region's extraordinary beauty. To the northeast, the majestic Golan Heights rise dramatically above the lake, feeding its waters through countless streams flowing down from Mount Hermon. These freshwater sources are essential to Israel's ecosystem, making the Sea of Galilee not only a place of remarkable beauty, but also one of the country's most valuable natural resources. The harmony between mountains, rivers, fertile valleys, and the lake itself demonstrates the delicate balance that has sustained life here for thousands of years. Throughout the changing seasons, the Sea of Galilee reveals countless different personalities. Spring fills the air with blossoms and birdsong, while summer brings vibrant energy as families gather along the beaches to swim, sail, and celebrate the warm Mediterranean climate. Autumn transforms surrounding vineyards into rich shades of amber and crimson, and winter wraps the landscape in peaceful mist, creating an atmosphere of quiet elegance that feels almost timeless. As afternoon slowly gives way to evening, golden sunlight begins to dance across the water, creating shimmering reflections that stretch toward the horizon. The surrounding hills glow warmly beneath the setting sun, while fishing boats gradually return to shore. Restaurants fill with laughter, soft music drifts across waterfront promenades, and the peaceful rhythm of lakeside life continues exactly as it has for generations. Then night arrives, bringing another unforgettable transformation. The sky fills with brilliant stars, reflected perfectly upon the calm surface below. Gentle waves lap quietly against the shoreline, while cool breezes carry the fresh scent of water through olive groves and quiet villages. In these peaceful moments, surrounded by silence and endless beauty, time seems to slow completely. The Sea of Galilee is far more than a beautiful lake. It is a place where landscapes inspire wonder, where history remains alive within every village, and where nature continues to offer moments of extraordinary peace. Every sunrise, every ancient shoreline, every quiet fishing boat, and every reflection upon its calm waters contributes to a story that has captivated humanity for thousands of years. Long after travelers leave its tranquil shores, they carry something more than photographs. They remember the silence of early mornings, the warmth of golden sunsets, the gentle rhythm of waves beneath endless skies, and the remarkable feeling of standing in a place where beauty, history, and nature exist together in perfect harmony. In the heart of northern Israel, the Sea of Galilee continues to welcome every traveler with timeless grace, offering an unforgettable journey into one of the most peaceful and inspiring landscapes on Earth. The journey continues toward Israel's northern frontier, where the landscape begins to rise into rolling green hills, volcanic plateaus, and distant mountain peaks that seem to touch the sky. Here, the air grows cooler, rivers weave through fertile valleys, and every winding road reveals another breathtaking panorama. Far removed from the arid deserts of the south, the Golan Heights unfolds as a land of extraordinary contrasts, where dramatic landscapes, ancient history, thriving vineyards, and timeless traditions come together in one of the country's most captivating regions. From the very first glimpse, the Golan Heights feels different. Wide open meadows stretch beneath endless skies, while rugged basalt cliffs stand as reminders of powerful volcanic forces that shaped this remarkable plateau millions of years ago. Every season paints the landscape with a new palette of colors. In spring, wildflowers blanket the valleys in brilliant reds, yellows, and purples. Summer brings lush green vineyards and orchards heavy with fruit. Autumn transforms the hills into warm shades of amber and crimson, while winter occasionally covers the highest peaks with fresh snow, creating scenes few travelers expect to find in Israel. Towering above the region stands Mount Hermon, Israel's highest mountain and one of its most spectacular natural landmarks. During winter, its snow-covered slopes become the country's only ski destination, attracting families and adventure seekers eager to experience a completely different side of Israel. Chairlifts carry visitors above forests of pine and oak, revealing panoramic views that stretch across mountain ranges and neighboring countries. When the snow melts, the mountain transforms once again into a paradise for hikers, photographers, and nature lovers exploring alpine meadows filled with colorful wildflowers and crystal-clear streams. Flowing from the foothills of Mount Hermon is one of northern Israel's greatest treasures, the Banias Nature Reserve. Here, freshwater springs emerge from ancient limestone, feeding one of the primary sources of the Jordan River. The landscape changes dramatically as dense forests replace open grasslands, and shaded walking trails lead visitors toward one of the country's most beautiful waterfalls. The sound of rushing water echoes through the valley, while ferns, moss-covered rocks, and towering trees create an atmosphere that feels almost enchanted. Hidden among this lush wilderness lie the fascinating ruins of Caesarea Philippi, an ancient city where Greek, Roman, and local cultures once flourished together. Stone temples, carved niches, and archaeological remains stand quietly beside flowing springs, preserving stories of civilizations that viewed this remarkable place as sacred for centuries. Walking through the site today offers an extraordinary blend of natural beauty and ancient history, where every path leads deeper into the rich heritage of the region. Further south, the Yehudia Nature Reserve reveals another side of the Golan's remarkable landscape. Deep basalt canyons cut through the volcanic plateau, forming hidden waterfalls, emerald pools, and dramatic cliffs that attract hikers from around the world. Scenic trails wind through oak forests and open meadows before descending into narrow gorges, where cool freshwater streams provide welcome relief during the warm summer months. Every turn uncovers another spectacular view, making each hike an unforgettable adventure through one of Israel's most diverse ecosystems. Wildlife flourishes throughout these protected landscapes. Nubian ibex confidently navigate rocky cliffs, while wild boars roam quietly through forested valleys. Eagles soar high above volcanic ridges, using rising air currents to glide effortlessly across the open skies. During spring, countless butterflies drift among colorful wildflowers, adding delicate movement to an already breathtaking landscape. The harmony between plants, animals, rivers, and mountains reminds visitors how remarkably balanced this ecosystem has remained despite the passage of time. One of the most unforgettable viewpoints in the Golan Heights is Mount Bental. Rising above the surrounding plateau, this extinct volcanic cone offers spectacular panoramic views stretching across the Sea of Galilee, Mount Hermon, and the valleys that extend toward neighboring Syria. Standing on its summit, visitors can appreciate both the immense natural beauty and the strategic importance that has shaped the region's history. Gentle winds sweep across the mountaintop, while observation platforms invite quiet reflection over one of the Middle East's most dramatic landscapes. The volcanic soil of the Golan has also created ideal conditions for agriculture, particularly vineyards that now produce some of Israel's finest wines. Rolling hills are covered with orderly rows of grapevines stretching toward distant mountains, creating scenery reminiscent of Europe's celebrated wine regions. Local wineries welcome visitors to experience carefully crafted wines while overlooking breathtaking landscapes where fertile valleys meet volcanic hills. Every glass reflects not only generations of expertise, but also the unique character of the land itself. Fruit orchards flourish alongside the vineyards, producing cherries, apples, pears, peaches, and grapes, renowned throughout the country. During harvest season, colorful roadside markets overflow with fresh produce, homemade jams, local honey, and artisan cheeses crafted by family-owned farms. These simple experiences allow travelers to connect with the everyday life of the Golan while discovering the remarkable generosity of its people. Scattered across the mountains are traditional Druze villages where ancient customs continue to shape daily life. Communities such as Majd al-Shams preserve a rich cultural heritage rooted in hospitality, family, and respect for tradition. Visitors are often welcomed with fragrant Arabic coffee, freshly baked flatbread, and homemade dishes prepared according to recipes passed down through generations. Conversations unfold at an unhurried pace, offering meaningful insights into one of the region's oldest living cultures. The Golan Heights is also home to countless archaeological treasures spanning thousands of years. Ancient synagogues, Roman roads, Byzantine churches, mysterious stone circles, and forgotten settlements quietly emerge among fields and forests, reminding visitors that this land has been inhabited since prehistoric times. Every excavation uncovers another chapter of a remarkably rich human story that continues to fascinate historians and archaeologists alike. As afternoon light softens across the plateau, the entire landscape undergoes a breathtaking transformation. Sunlight washes over rolling hills, vineyards, forests, and volcanic cliffs with warm golden tones. The Sea of Galilee shimmers in the distance, while Mount Hermon's summit glows beneath the evening sky. It is a view that perfectly captures the extraordinary diversity of northern Israel, where mountains, rivers, forests, and fertile valleys coexist within a remarkably compact landscape. When night falls, peaceful silence settles over the highlands. Far from the lights of major cities, countless stars illuminate the clear mountain sky, while cool breezes drift across open fields scented with wild herbs and pine trees. Small villages glow softly in the distance, creating an atmosphere of tranquility that encourages visitors to slow down, breathe deeply, and simply appreciate the remarkable beauty surrounding them. The Golan Heights is far more than a scenic destination. It is a place where nature, history, agriculture, and culture exist together in extraordinary harmony. Every waterfall, vineyard, mountain trail, archaeological site, and welcoming village contributes another unforgettable chapter to Israel's diverse landscape. As the journey continues beyond these remarkable highlands, the memories remain vivid. The sound of rushing waterfalls hidden within ancient forests, the taste of locally grown fruit beneath endless blue skies, the sweeping panoramas from volcanic peaks, and the timeless traditions preserved by generations of local communities all become part of an experience that lingers long after the road disappears behind the horizon. In the Golan Heights, every season tells a different story. Every landscape invites exploration, and every moment reveals another reason why northern Israel remains one of the country's most breathtaking natural wonders. Along the northern Mediterranean coastline of Israel, where green mountain slopes descend towards sparkling blue waters and ancient traditions meet modern creativity, lies one of the country's most elegant and inspiring cities. Rising gracefully between the sea and the Carmel Mountains, Haifa offers a unique blend of natural beauty, cultural diversity, and architectural wonder. It is a city where gardens climb hillsides, ships cross the horizon, and every viewpoint reveals another breathtaking connection between land, water, and sky. From the moment travelers approach Haifa, the city's extraordinary setting becomes impossible to ignore. Unlike many coastal destinations built only along flat shorelines, Haifa rises dramatically across the slopes of Mount Carmel, creating a natural amphitheater overlooking the Mediterranean. Roads curve through peaceful neighborhoods, tree-lined avenues reveal unexpected viewpoints, and the blue waters below provide a constant reminder of the city's deep connection with the sea. At the heart of Haifa's beauty stands one of Israel's most remarkable landmarks, the Baha'i Gardens. Stretching across the northern slopes of Mount Carmel, this extraordinary masterpiece of landscape design appears almost like a staircase descending from the heavens toward the city below. 19 perfectly arranged terraces create a breathtaking composition of symmetry, color, and harmony, transforming the mountainside into one of the world's most beautiful gardens. As visitors enter the gardens, the atmosphere changes immediately. The sounds of the city gradually fade, replaced by the gentle movement of fountains, the fragrance of flowers, and the peaceful rhythm of carefully maintained pathways. Every element has been designed with extraordinary attention to detail. Carefully shaped hedges, elegant stone steps, flowing water features, and vibrant seasonal flowers create a landscape where human creativity and natural beauty exist together in perfect balance. The central focus of the gardens is the golden-domed Shrine of the Bab, which rises elegantly among the terraces. Its brilliant dome reflects sunlight throughout the day, becoming one of Haifa's most recognizable symbols. Surrounded by carefully arranged gardens and peaceful walkways, the shrine represents the spiritual heart of the Baha'i World Center and attracts visitors from across the globe who come to experience its beauty and serenity. Beyond its architectural magnificence, what makes the Baha'i Gardens truly remarkable is the feeling they create. Walking through the terraces encourages visitors to slow down and appreciate the simple elegance of nature. The perfectly aligned pathways lead the eyes toward the endless Mediterranean horizon, while the combination of water, flowers, stone, and sky creates an atmosphere of remarkable calm. In a region often associated with complexity and history, these gardens offer a rare space dedicated entirely to peace and harmony. From the upper terraces, Haifa unfolds below like a living painting. The city's red rooftops stretch toward the coastline, the busy port welcomes ships from around the world, and the deep blue Mediterranean extends endlessly toward the horizon. On clear days, the view becomes even more spectacular, revealing distant landscapes beyond the city and creating one of the most memorable panoramas in Israel. Yet, Haifa's beauty extends far beyond the famous gardens. The city itself is a fascinating meeting point of cultures, religions, and traditions. Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and Baha'i communities have all contributed to Haifa's unique identity, creating a diverse atmosphere where different architectural styles, languages, and customs exist side by side. One of the most charming areas to explore is the German colony, located directly below the Baha'i Gardens. Founded in the 19th century by German Templars, this historic neighborhood has been beautifully preserved with elegant stone buildings, wide streets, and a distinctive European atmosphere. Today, its restored houses are home to cafes, restaurants, galleries, and boutique shops where visitors can experience the perfect combination of history and modern urban life. Walking through the German colony reveals another side of Haifa. Historic architecture stands beside contemporary creativity, while outdoor cafes invite visitors to relax beneath the shade of trees and enjoy views toward the illuminated gardens above. As evening approaches, the neighborhood becomes especially magical, with soft lights reflecting against ancient stone walls and creating a warm, welcoming atmosphere. The city's connection with nature becomes even more impressive at Mount Carmel itself. This ancient mountain range is covered with forests, hiking trails, and protected natural areas that provide a peaceful escape from urban life. The Carmel Forest offers opportunities for walking, cycling, and wildlife observation among landscapes shaped by Mediterranean climate and centuries of ecological development. Within these forests, travelers discover another side of northern Israel. Tall pine trees create shaded pathways, wildflowers appear during the changing seasons, and panoramic viewpoints reveal dramatic scenes of coastline, valleys, and distant mountains. The Carmel region reminds visitors that Haifa is not only a coastal city, but also a gateway to some of Israel's most beautiful natural landscapes. The city's relationship with the Mediterranean is equally unforgettable. Haifa's waterfront combines working harbor traditions with relaxing seaside experiences. Massive ships pass through the port, while nearby beaches offer peaceful spaces where locals and visitors gather beneath the warm Mediterranean sun. The sound of waves, the smell of sea air, and the sight of fishermen preparing their boats create a timeless coastal atmosphere. One of the most beautiful places to experience this connection is along Haifa's shoreline at sunset. As the sun begins to disappear over the water, the entire coastline transforms. The sky fills with shades of orange, pink, and violet, while the city lights slowly begin to appear across the hillsides. The reflection of the evening colors on the Mediterranean creates a breathtaking scene that captures the true spirit of Haifa. Food is another important part of the city's cultural identity. Local markets and restaurants celebrate the diverse traditions that have shaped Haifa for generations. Fresh seafood, Mediterranean herbs, traditional pastries, aromatic spices, and regional dishes reflect the influence of the many communities that call the city home. Every meal becomes another opportunity to experience the rich cultural harmony that defines Haifa. As night settles over the city, the Baha'i Gardens become even more spectacular. Illuminated terraces create a glowing pathway across Mount Carmel, appearing almost like a celestial staircase above the city. From below, the gardens seem suspended between the earth and the stars, creating one of Israel's most unforgettable nighttime views. Haifa is a city of balance. It combines mountains and sea, tradition and innovation, spirituality and everyday life. It does not reveal all of its beauty at once. Instead, it invites travelers to explore slowly, discovering hidden corners, peaceful viewpoints, and stories woven into every street and hillside. The true magic of Haifa lies in the way its different elements come together. The elegance of the Baha'i gardens, the energy of the harbor, the charm of historic neighborhoods, the peaceful forests of Mount Carmel, and the endless Mediterranean horizon all contribute to an experience unlike anywhere else. As travelers continue their journey beyond this remarkable coastal city, they carry with them the memory of golden gardens rising above blue waters, quiet pathways surrounded by flowers, and sunsets that transform the Mediterranean into a sea of light. Haifa remains a destination where beauty is not simply seen, but deeply felt, a place where nature, culture, and humanity come together to create one of Israel's most inspiring wonders. Along the northern Mediterranean coastline, where ancient stone walls meet the endless blue horizon, a remarkable city continues to preserve the memories of countless civilizations. Rising from the shores like a living chapter of history, Acre, also known as Akko, is a place where every street, every archway, and every weathered stone carries the echoes of empires that once shaped this region. Here, the past does not exist behind museum glass. It lives among markets, homes, fishing boats, and the daily rhythms of a city that has survived for thousands of years. Approaching Acre from the sea, the first impression is unforgettable. Massive fortress walls rise directly from the shoreline, standing proudly against the waves that have surrounded them for centuries. The Mediterranean breeze carries the scent of salt and spices, while old harbor buildings reflect in the calm waters below. It is a landscape where history and nature meet in perfect harmony, creating a destination that feels both ancient and alive. Acre's story stretches back more than 4,000 years. Few cities in the world have witnessed such a remarkable sequence of civilizations. Phoenicians, Greeks, Romans, Crusaders, Mamluks, Ottomans, and many other cultures have all left their mark here. Each era added another layer to the city's identity, transforming Acre into one of the most fascinating historical treasures of the Mediterranean. Walking through the old city feels like entering a different era. Narrow stone pathways twist between ancient buildings, leading visitors beneath vaulted ceilings, through hidden courtyards, and into colorful markets where centuries-old traditions continue. The warm limestone walls glow beneath the Mediterranean sun, creating a timeless atmosphere that invites exploration around every corner. One of Acre's greatest treasures lies beneath the surface. Hidden below the modern streets are the impressive remains of the Crusader city, a vast underground world that reveals the power and ambition of medieval Europe in the Holy Land. The Knights' Halls stand as one of the most extraordinary examples of Crusader architecture, with enormous stone chambers, elegant arches, and carefully crafted passages that once served as the headquarters of the Knights Hospitaller. Entering these halls feels like stepping back into the Middle Ages. The scale of the architecture is astonishing. Massive columns support high ceilings, while shadows move across ancient stones that have witnessed battles, celebrations, and daily life centuries ago. These rooms once hosted knights, travelers, and merchants from distant lands, making Acre one of the most important centers of medieval history. Another fascinating underground experience is the Templar Tunnel, a hidden passage built by the legendary Knights Templar. Stretching beneath the city toward the ancient harbor, this narrow stone corridor once served as a strategic connection between important parts of the Crusader settlement. Today, walking through its illuminated pathways creates a mysterious journey through the forgotten layers of Acre's past. Above ground, the city reveals another chapter of history through its Ottoman heritage. After centuries of conflict and change, Acre entered a new era under Ottoman rule, leaving behind magnificent mosques, markets, and architectural treasures. The most recognizable landmark from this period is the Al-Jazar Mosque, whose green dome and elegant minaret dominate the city's skyline. Inside the mosque complex, peaceful courtyards, beautiful fountains, and carefully designed architectural details reflect the artistic achievements of the Ottoman period. The quiet atmosphere contrasts beautifully with the lively streets outside, offering visitors a moment of reflection surrounded by centuries of craftsmanship and devotion. Nearby, the old city's markets create one of Acre's most unforgettable experiences. The vibrant souks are filled with colorful spices, fresh seafood, handmade crafts, sweets, and traditional foods. The narrow passageways are alive with sounds and aromas that have remained part of daily life for generations. Merchants welcome visitors with stories, flavors, and traditions that connect the present with the city's remarkable past. The famous Turkish bazaar adds another layer to this cultural journey. Built during the Ottoman period, this historic marketplace has been transformed into a charming destination filled with restaurants, galleries, and small shops. Beneath its stone arches, visitors can enjoy local cuisine while surrounded by architecture that has witnessed centuries of change. Acre's relationship with the sea has always defined its identity. The ancient harbor once welcomed merchants, explorers, and military fleets from across the Mediterranean. Today, colorful fishing boats gently move across the water, while local fishermen continue traditions that have connected generations to the sea. Walking along the harbor walls, it is easy to imagine the countless ships that arrived here carrying goods, ideas, and cultures from distant shores. Beyond the historical landmarks, Acre remains a living city where communities continue their everyday lives among ancient surroundings. Children walk through Crusader courtyards on their way home. Families gather in traditional restaurants beneath centuries-old stone arches. Fishermen prepare their boats beside walls that have witnessed countless storms and battles. This connection between past and present is what makes Acre truly extraordinary. The city's culinary culture is equally captivating. Fresh seafood reflects its Mediterranean heritage, while traditional dishes combine influences from the many cultures that have passed through the region. Visitors can taste freshly caught fish, aromatic spices, handmade pastries, and regional specialties while enjoying views of the ancient harbor. Every meal becomes part of the journey, offering another way to experience the soul of Acre. As the afternoon sun begins to descend, the city's stone walls transform into shades of gold. The Mediterranean waves reflect the warm evening light, while narrow streets become quieter and more atmospheric. The ancient buildings appear almost timeless, creating scenes that feel unchanged for centuries. One of the most magical moments in Acre comes at sunset, when the old harbor becomes a place of extraordinary beauty. Boats gently float against the glowing horizon, seabirds move across the sky, and the fortress walls stand illuminated by fading sunlight. It is a scene that captures the essence of the city, where history and nature exist together in perfect balance. After dark, Acre reveals another personality. Soft lights illuminate ancient pathways, while restaurants and cafes bring new energy to historic neighborhoods. Music fills the evening air, conversations continue beneath stone arches, and the city once again proves that it is not simply an archaeological site, but a living community full of character. Acre is more than a destination for history lovers. It is a place where travelers can feel the passage of time beneath their feet. Every tunnel, market, wall, and harbor carries memories of civilizations that shaped the Mediterranean world. Yet the true beauty of Acre comes from the way these layers continue to exist together, creating a city that honors its past while embracing the future. As the journey moves onward, The memory of Acre remains unforgettable. The sound of waves against ancient walls, the scent of spices drifting through narrow markets, the quiet beauty of hidden tunnels, and the golden glow of sunset over the harbor become lasting impressions of a city unlike any other. In northern Israel, where land meets sea and history meets everyday life, Acre stands as a timeless wonder. It is a place where civilizations have left their footprints, where stories are carved into stone, and where every traveler who enters its ancient gates becomes part of a much larger journey through time. The landscape changes completely as the journey moves away from the Mediterranean coastline and into the silent wilderness of eastern Israel. Here, where golden hills descend toward deep valleys and the sounds of modern life slowly disappear, a vast and mysterious landscape unfolds beneath endless skies. This is the Judean Desert, a place of dramatic cliffs, hidden canyons, ancient monasteries, and timeless stories written across the earth itself. At first glance, the desert may appear empty, a seemingly endless expanse of stone, dust, and sunlight. But those who venture deeper discover a world filled with life, history, and extraordinary beauty. The Judean Desert is not a landscape of ordinary sand dunes. It is a desert shaped by towering limestone mountains, winding valleys, natural springs, and hidden pathways that have connected people and civilizations for thousands of years. Located between Jerusalem and the Dead Sea, this remarkable region creates one of Israel's most unforgettable environments. The landscape rises and falls dramatically, with rugged cliffs standing above deep ravines carved by ancient streams. The powerful contrast between the golden desert rocks and the intense blue sky creates a scene that feels almost otherworldly, as if time itself has slowed within this ancient wilderness. As the morning sun rises above the desert horizon, the first rays of light transform the landscape. Shadows stretch across canyon walls, revealing countless layers of rock shaped by millions of years of geological change. Wind moves gently through narrow valleys, carrying the feeling of a place untouched by time. In this silence, every sound becomes meaningful, from the distant call of birds to the footsteps of travelers exploring ancient paths. For thousands of years, the Judean Desert has been a place of spiritual searching and personal discovery. Prophets, monks, and travelers came here seeking solitude, reflection, and connection with something greater than themselves. The harsh conditions of the desert created a powerful environment where silence became a source of inspiration, and where the emptiness of the landscape revealed a deeper sense of meaning. Among the most remarkable treasures hidden within this wilderness is the Mar Saba Monastery, one of the oldest continuously inhabited monasteries in the world. Clinging dramatically to the cliffs of the Kidron Valley, this ancient complex appears almost as if it has grown directly from the surrounding rock. Its stone towers, domes, and walls blend perfectly with the desert landscape, creating a breathtaking sight that seems untouched by centuries of change. Founded in the 5th century, Mar Saba has been home to generations of monks who have maintained traditions of prayer and contemplation for more than 1,500 years. From a distance, the monastery appears silent and mysterious, surrounded by endless desert cliffs and deep valleys. The contrast between human devotion and the vast wilderness surrounding it creates one of the most powerful images in the Judean desert. The desert also preserves one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of the modern age, the Dead Sea Scrolls. Hidden inside caves near Qumran, these ancient manuscripts remained protected by the dry desert climate for nearly 2,000 years before their discovery in the 20th century. Their importance transformed our understanding of ancient history, religion, and daily life. in the region. Standing near the Qumran caves today, visitors can look across the same landscape where these extraordinary writings were preserved for centuries. The surrounding cliffs rise silently above the desert floor, creating an atmosphere of mystery and wonder. It is a place where archaeology, history, and nature come together in one unforgettable experience. Another spectacular destination within the Judean desert is Wadi Kelt, a dramatic canyon that cuts through the rugged landscape between Jerusalem and Jericho. Unlike the dry appearance of much of the desert, this valley contains flowing springs, palm trees, and unexpected patches of greenery. The contrast between water and wilderness creates a breathtaking environment where life emerges from the heart of the desert. Following the trails through Wadi Kelt reveals a landscape filled with hidden beauty. Narrow paths cross rocky cliffs, while natural springs provide refreshing stops along the journey. The famous St. George Monastery appears dramatically attached to the canyon walls, its white stone architecture standing against the warm colors of the surrounding rocks. The journey through the Judean desert is also a journey through ancient trade routes. For centuries, travelers crossed this wilderness carrying goods between cities and civilizations. Caravans moved through valleys and mountain passes, connecting distant regions through commerce and cultural exchange. The remains of ancient roads, settlements, and structures still tell the story of those who survived and thrived in this challenging environment. Despite its harsh conditions, the desert supports remarkable wildlife. Nubian ibex climb effortlessly across steep cliffs, using their incredible balance to navigate rocky terrain. Foxes move quietly through the valleys, while birds of prey circle high above the mountains. Small plants survive in hidden areas where underground springs provide precious water, demonstrating the incredible resilience of nature. The desert also remains home to Bedouin communities whose traditions have been shaped by generations of life in this environment. Their knowledge of the land, hospitality, and connection with desert rhythms represent a cultural heritage that continues today. Sharing tea beneath a desert tent or listening to stories passed down through generations provides travelers with a deeper understanding of the relationship between people and this extraordinary landscape. As the day progresses, the Judean desert reveals endless changes in color and atmosphere. Morning brings soft golden light. Midday creates dramatic contrasts between brightness and shadow, and evening transforms the cliffs into shades of orange, red, and purple. Each moment offers a different perspective, reminding visitors that the desert is not empty, but constantly changing. One of the most unforgettable experiences is watching the sunset from a high desert viewpoint. As the sun disappears behind distant mountains, the entire landscape glows with a warm, almost magical light. The silence becomes deeper, the horizon expands endlessly, and the desert seems to reveal its true character, powerful, peaceful, and timeless. When night arrives, the Judean desert becomes a completely different world. Without the glow of city lights, thousands of stars appear across the sky. The Milky Way stretches above the cliffs, while cool desert air moves through the valleys below. In these moments, surrounded by ancient rocks and infinite space, visitors experience a rare connection with nature and the universe. The Judean desert is not simply a destination to observe, it is a place to experience. It challenges travelers to slow down, to listen, and to appreciate the beauty found in simplicity. Its cliffs hold memories of ancient civilizations. Its caves preserve secrets from the past, and its landscapes continue to inspire everyone who enters its vast embrace. As the journey through Israel continues, the memory of this remarkable wilderness remains unforgettable. The echo of footsteps along ancient paths, the the sight of monasteries carved into cliffs, the discovery of hidden springs among barren rocks, and the endless beauty of desert horizons all become part of a story that reaches far beyond geography. The Judean desert stands as a reminder that some of Earth's greatest wonders are found not in places filled with noise and movement, but in landscapes where silence speaks. Here, beneath endless skies and among ancient stones, Israel reveals a side that is deeply spiritual, beautifully mysterious, and truly timeless. The journey now descends toward one of the most extraordinary natural wonders on Earth, a place where desert mountains meet ancient waters and where the boundaries between geography, history, and human imagination seem to disappear. Surrounded by the dramatic cliffs of the Judean desert and the distant mountains of Jordan, the Dead Sea appears like a shimmering mirror beneath the endless desert sky. It is a landscape of extremes, a place unlike anywhere else on the planet, where silence, beauty, and mystery come together in perfect harmony. At more than 400 meters below sea level, the Dead Sea holds the title of the lowest exposed land point on Earth. Its unique position creates an atmosphere unlike any other destination. The air feels different, the horizon appears wider, and the surrounding landscape takes on an almost surreal quality. Towering cliffs rise from the desert floor, while the calm surface of the water reflects the changing colors of the sky from sunrise to sunset. The first view of the Dead Sea is unforgettable. From a distance, the water appears like a vast blue ribbon stretching between mountains of gold and brown. As travelers approach the shoreline, the landscape reveals its remarkable details. Crystals of salt cover rocks along the coast. Mineral formations sparkle beneath the sunlight, and the dry desert environment creates a scene that feels almost like another planet. The Dead Sea is not an ordinary body of water. Its extreme salt concentration, nearly 10 times greater than the ocean, creates a unique experience unlike anywhere else. The dense, mineral-rich water allows visitors to float effortlessly on the surface, creating a feeling of weightlessness surrounded by one of the world's most dramatic landscapes. For many travelers, this simple moment of floating beneath the desert sky becomes one of the most unforgettable memories of their journey. For thousands of years, people have been fascinated by the Dead Sea's unusual qualities. Ancient civilizations recognized its importance and valued the minerals found within its waters and surrounding mud. Kings, travelers, and healers were drawn to this mysterious lake, believing in its remarkable natural properties. The region became one of the earliest destinations associated with wellness and relaxation, a tradition that continues today. The mineral-rich mud along the shoreline has become one of the Dead Sea's most famous attractions. Visitors cover themselves with the dark, smooth mud before entering the water, experiencing a tradition that has connected generations of travelers with this unique environment. Modern resorts along the coast continue to celebrate these natural resources, combining ancient practices with contemporary wellness experiences. But the Dead Sea is far more than a place of relaxation. It is a landscape filled with history and stories that stretch back thousands of years. Ancient texts describe this region as a place of mystery and significance, while nearby archaeological sites reveal the presence of civilizations that flourished in one of the world's harshest environments. Rising dramatically above the western shore is Masada Fortress, one of Israel's most iconic historical landmarks. Built upon a towering desert plateau overlooking the Dead Sea, this ancient fortress represents a powerful story of ambition, survival, and human determination. The remains of palaces, storage rooms, and ancient structures reveal the incredible engineering achievements of those who built and defended this remote mountain stronghold. From the top of Masada, the view across the Dead Sea is breathtaking. The water stretches endlessly toward the mountains of Jordan, while the surrounding desert creates a landscape of extraordinary beauty. Watching the sunrise from this ancient fortress is an experience that connects visitors not only with nature, but also with thousands of years of human history. Nearby lies Ein Gedi Nature Reserve, a surprising oasis where freshwater springs create a green sanctuary in the middle of the desert. Waterfalls flow through rocky valleys, palm trees grow beside natural pools, and wildlife thrives among the cliffs. Nubian ibex move gracefully across the mountainsides, while colorful birds fly through the oasis, creating a remarkable contrast between desert dryness and unexpected life. The Dead Sea region demonstrates one of nature's most fascinating contradictions. It is a place of extreme conditions, yet it supports incredible beauty. The surrounding desert appears harsh and empty, but hidden within its valleys are springs, wildlife, and ecosystems that have adapted perfectly to their environment. However, this extraordinary natural wonder also faces serious challenges. Over recent decades, the water level of the Dead Sea has decreased significantly due to changes in water usage, mineral extraction, and environmental pressures. Areas that once touched the shoreline now sit far from the water, and sinkholes have appeared throughout the region. These changes have created concern among scientists and conservationists who are working to protect this irreplaceable landscape. Despite these challenges, the Dead Sea continues to inspire visitors from around the world. Its beauty remains powerful, and its unique environment serves as a reminder of the delicate relationship between humans and nature. Standing beside its shores, travelers experience not only wonder, but also a deeper appreciation for the importance of preserving Earth's extraordinary places. The changing light of the Dead Sea creates some of the most spectacular scenery in Israel. Early mornings bring soft golden colors as the sun rises above the mountains, painting the water with reflections of orange and pink. During the day, the intense desert sunlight highlights every detail of the landscape, from salt-covered rocks to distant mountain ridges. In the evening, the entire region transforms as the setting sun creates a breathtaking display of color across the sky. The experience becomes even more magical after sunset. As darkness settles over the desert, the sky fills with countless stars. The still waters of the Dead Sea reflect the brilliance above, creating the feeling of standing between two endless skies. The silence is profound, interrupted only by gentle movements of water along the shore and the distant sound of desert winds. This rare atmosphere creates a sense of connection with something much larger than ourselves. The Dead Sea is not simply a place to visit for photographs. It is a destination that encourages reflection, where the landscape itself tells stories of ancient civilizations, geological transformations, and the timeless power of nature. Travelers often describe the Dead Sea as an emotional experience rather than just a physical destination. The feeling of floating effortlessly in ancient waters, surrounded by mountains that have witnessed thousands of years of history, creates a moment that stays long after leaving. It is a place where the past and present exist together, where science and mythology meet, and where the beauty of the natural world becomes impossible to ignore. As the journey through Israel continues, the memory of the Dead Sea remains unforgettable. The endless desert horizons, the sparkling salt formations, the ancient fortresses above the water, and the peaceful silence of the shoreline become part of a story unlike any other. The Dead Sea represents one of Earth's greatest natural masterpieces. It is a place of extremes and contrasts, where life exists beside harsh conditions, where ancient history meets modern exploration, and where every sunrise reveals a landscape filled with wonder. Here, at the lowest point on Earth, travelers discover something unexpectedly powerful. They find a place where time slows down, where silence becomes meaningful, and where the extraordinary beauty of nature reminds us how remarkable our planet truly is. The Dead Sea is not simply a destination at the edge of the desert. It is a timeless experience, a living connection between Earth, history, and humanity itself. The journey through Israel reaches its final destination, a city unlike any other on Earth. A place where ancient stones tell stories thousands of years old, where sacred traditions continue to shape daily life, and where every street carries the memory of civilizations that rose, flourished, and transformed throughout history. Rising among the hills of Judea, Jerusalem stands as one of humanity's most remarkable cities, a place of extraordinary beauty, profound spirituality, and endless fascination. From the moment travelers approach Jerusalem, something feels different. The golden limestone walls glow beneath the sunlight, creating a warm and unforgettable atmosphere that has inspired generations of visitors. Unlike modern cities that constantly chase the future, Jerusalem feels like a bridge between past and present. Here, history is not hidden away in museums. It lives in ancient pathways, crowded markets, quiet courtyards, and the voices of people who continue traditions passed down through countless generations. Entering the old city of Jerusalem is like stepping into a living storybook. Surrounded by massive stone walls built and rebuilt throughout centuries, this historic heart of the city contains 4 unique quarters: Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and Armenian. Each area has its own identity, architecture, sounds, and traditions. Yet together, they create one of the most fascinating cultural landscapes on Earth. The narrow stone streets immediately capture the imagination. Ancient passageways twist between buildings decorated with arches, wooden doors, and handcrafted details. The aroma of spices, freshly baked bread, and traditional foods fills the air as merchants welcome visitors into vibrant markets that have existed for generations. Every turn reveals another hidden courtyard, another historic building, and another story waiting to be discovered. At the center of Jerusalem's spiritual landscape stands the Western Wall, one of the most significant religious sites in the world. Built from massive limestone blocks, this ancient wall represents centuries of faith, memory, and connection. Visitors from around the world gather here to pray, reflect, and place handwritten notes between the stones, continuing a tradition that expresses hope, devotion, and personal reflection. The atmosphere around the Western Wall is deeply moving. People from different backgrounds stand together in a place where history feels incredibly close. The ancient stones have witnessed countless generations, carrying the emotions, prayers, and dreams of millions who have visited throughout the centuries. Nearby rises the Temple Mount, one of the most important and complex historical sites in the world. Dominating the skyline is the magnificent Dome of the Rock, with its brilliant golden dome shining above the ancient city. This architectural masterpiece represents centuries of Islamic artistry and remains one of Jerusalem's most recognizable symbols. The Dome of the Rock stands upon a site considered sacred by multiple religious traditions, making it a place of immense historical and spiritual significance. Its detailed mosaics, elegant design, and golden exterior reflect the artistic achievements of the early Islamic period. Standing before this extraordinary structure, visitors experience a powerful connection with the deep layers of history surrounding Jerusalem. Another unforgettable landmark is the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, located within the Christian quarter of the Old City. For centuries, pilgrims have traveled from across the world to visit this sacred place, following traditions connected to the final moments of Jesus' life. Inside, ancient architecture, candlelit chambers, and centuries of devotion create an atmosphere filled with reverence and emotion. Walking through Jerusalem reveals countless stories hidden within its streets. Along the ancient pathways, visitors encounter religious scholars, artists, merchants, families, and travelers from every corner of the world. The city is constantly changing, yet it remains deeply connected to its remarkable heritage. Beyond the old city walls, Jerusalem continues to surprise visitors with its modern energy. The city center blends historic charm with contemporary culture. Cafes, galleries, restaurants, and creative spaces exist alongside ancient neighborhoods, creating a unique atmosphere where tradition and innovation meet. One of the best places to experience modern Jerusalem is the Mahane Yehuda Market. During the day, this historic marketplace bursts with color, sound, and flavor. Vendors display fresh fruits, spices, sweets, and traditional foods, while locals and visitors move through the narrow pathways. By evening, the market transforms into a lively social destination filled with restaurants, music, and conversation. The flavors of Jerusalem reflect the city's multicultural identity. Traditional Middle Eastern dishes, Mediterranean cuisine, and modern culinary creations come together in a remarkable food scene. Fresh bread, aromatic spices, local cheeses, grilled meats, and sweet desserts tell stories of the communities that have shaped the city over centuries. Beyond its streets and markets, Jerusalem offers breathtaking viewpoints that reveal the city's unique landscape. From the Mount of Olives, the entire Old City unfolds below like a timeless painting. Golden walls, ancient domes, and surrounding hills create one of the most iconic views in the world. At sunrise, this panorama becomes especially unforgettable. The first light of morning touches the ancient stones, transforming the city into shades of gold and amber. The quiet atmosphere of dawn allows visitors to experience Jerusalem at its most peaceful, before the streets awaken with the energy of another day. The city is also home to remarkable cultural institutions that preserve and celebrate history. The Israel Museum houses extraordinary collections, including ancient manuscripts and archaeological treasures that reveal thousands of years of human civilization. Nearby, Yad Vashem stands as a place of remembrance and reflection, preserving the stories of those affected by one of history's darkest periods. Jerusalem's beauty is not limited to monuments and landmarks. It can also be found in everyday moments. A musician playing traditional melodies beneath an ancient archway. A family sharing a meal in a small neighborhood restaurant. Children walking through historic streets on their way home. These simple scenes reveal the living spirit of the city beyond its famous attractions. As evening approaches, Jerusalem transforms once again. The warm glow of sunset covers the limestone buildings, creating the famous golden appearance that has defined the city for generations. Church bells echo through narrow streets, calls to prayer rise above ancient rooftops, and the city enters a peaceful rhythm that connects past and present. At night, Jerusalem becomes even more captivating. The illuminated walls of the old city stand against the dark sky, creating a scene that feels almost timeless. Walking through quiet streets after sunset, visitors can sense the extraordinary depth of history surrounding them. Every stone, every pathway, and every building seems to hold another forgotten story. Jerusalem is not a city that can be fully understood in a single visit. It is a place that must be experienced slowly, with curiosity and an open heart. Its complexity is part of its beauty. Its contradictions create its character. It is ancient yet alive, deeply traditional yet constantly evolving, peaceful yet filled with powerful stories. As this journey through Israel comes to an end, Jerusalem remains the perfect final chapter. From the northern mountains and Mediterranean coast to the deserts and the Dead Sea, every landscape has revealed another part of this remarkable country. But here, in Jerusalem, all those stories seem to come together. This is a city where history walks beside the present, where ancient stones meet modern life, where cultures, traditions, and memories exist within the same extraordinary landscape. Long after travelers leave Jerusalem, they carry more than photographs. They remember the golden light on ancient walls, the sounds of markets and prayers, the quiet moments of reflection, and the feeling of standing in a place where thousands of years of human history remain alive. Jerusalem is not simply a destination on a map. It is an experience, a journey through time, and a reminder of the incredible stories that connect humanity across generations. This is Israel, a land of breathtaking landscapes, ancient wonders, and unforgettable journeys. A place where every road leads to discovery, every stone holds a memory, and every horizon reveals another story waiting to be explored.